Okay, good morning, everyone. I hope all of you remember the concept that we studied in last class, right? Yes, waves khatam ho gaya hoga sabka? Sorry, not waves, SHM. Tell me, SHM का concept सबको समझ में आए? हाथ उठा लो. SHM के concept सबको समझ में आए? Okay, so I've asked you to solve TPP, okay, TPP in class, and if possible, HC1, right? We'll discuss it on Saturday. I hope all of you remember this. Okay, so today we are going to start this chapter, which is waves. I hope all of you know what is waves. Tell me, anyone, what is wave? What is wave? Tell me. So जो पानी में आता है ना, पानी जो ऊपर उठता है, that is wave, right? Yes or no? Yes, that is water wave, right? So what do you think about wave? बताओ, wave है क्या? What is wave? Think about it. What is wave? What is wave motion? Basically, it's a kind of motion, right? It's a kind of motion. Yes or no? Right? So wave motion is a kind of motion. First of all, it's a kind of motion, right? It's not the object. It's not a physical property. It's a kind of motion, like circular motion, SHM. In the same way, wave motion is a kind of motion. Yes? Right? Clear? Tell me. Clear? Okay. Now, I hope all of you are clear with this. Now let's see, before starting this chapter, okay, let's have some concept test, right? Recall test. Very good, guys. Let's see. So let's see how many of you watched the videos. Okay, because I've asked you to watch the videos. Okay, first one. What is the answer of question one? Tell me, everyone. Those who can answer, right? I'll assume that they have watched the videos. Okay. If the constraint of medium oscillates perpendicular to the direction of propagation, okay, then the wave is, tell me, then the wave is, tell me, everyone, right? Tell me. I guess all of you can see me. Yes. Okay. Right. So बताओ क्या होगा? Yep. Tell me. So first is A. Very good. Very good, everyone. First is A. Right? Transpose wave. Very good. Second one, if the constraint of medium oscillates, right, in the direction of propagation of wave, then it is called easy. Yes. Very good, Pradimna. Very good, Abhiram. B. Longitudinal waves. Right? This is something that we have already studied in junior class also, in class 9. So sound, in chapter sound. How many if you remember? Third, which of the following does not require medium to propagate? Tell me, which of the following does not require medium to propagate? Yes, very good. Right? C, light wave. Very good. Okay, fourth one. Wave involves transfer of material. Wave involves transfer of material. Tell me. True, false, can't say. True, false, can't say. Okay, fourth one, I'm getting multiple answers. This is the first question in which I'm getting multiple answers, right? Many people are saying B, some people are saying C also. Okay, fifth one. Fifth, the minimum distance between 2 points having same phase is called. Now, this is something that we have already seen in SHM. Tell me. Right? Yes. Okay. So, see, the answer is transverse, longitudinal, light, false, and wavelength. Think about it, right? When you talk about waves, it's a kind of SHM. Yes or no? Right? Okay, so particle just move either up and down or to and fro, right? It does not move, right? It did not get transferred, yeah, right, everyone? Okay, very good. Okay, so I hope all of you understood these things. Now, we'll start with the basic terminology, basic definition of wave, what are waves, what are the type of waves. Okay, so I'll start with very basic. I hope all of you have already watched the videos, then it will be much easier to understand, right? Okay, now think about it. When you use your phone, okay, think about it, right? When I'm teaching like this, okay, or when you see anything, right? Okay, just look around you. Okay, you want to think about it, right? You want to use your phone, right? Use your phone. Yeah, you want to use your phone. Okay, or you want to see anything, see anything. Think about it. What do you think? What makes these things possible? Tell me, what makes these things possible? Think about it, right? So in order to see anything, you require light, right? Light should be reflected from that object and tell me, yeah, right? So you want the light to be reflected from the object that you want to see, right? And it should come to your eyes. And what you want this? Use your phone. Me. Think about it. So nowadays people use mobile phone. Okay, so I can say the tell me, think about it. Think about it. The signals. I'm just using the word signals. I'm not using any hi-fi word. Okay, so I can say the signal should be should be transferred from your phone to my phone. Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Right? Okay, so I'm giving some updated examples, not the example of stone one, right? When you throw stone in water, then what will happen to water and all those things. That's Bachawal example that you have already heard in class 9th, right? Okay, so think about it, right? When you talk about the signal or the light, okay, or the sound, like I'm speaking and you guys are listening, right? So obviously, first of all, it is converted into electrical energy, electrical signals, then it is converted into some radio signals, right? Then it is converted again into electrical signals, then again into your sound wave, okay, or sound energy. So I can say, when you talk about the whole process, right? The energy is transferred, yes or no, right? I'm talking about energy. Energy is transferred, yes or no, right? Yes. My question is how this transfer takes place. What is the reason for that, right? What, right? How it is transferred from like my place to your place. In which form? Tell me, in which form? For example, just take about light only, right? So all of you know that light, okay, there is some source which produces light, it reaches to us, right? But my point is how does that happens? Okay, for example, if you're running in a straight line, if you're running in a straight line, then you can say, okay, he's running in a straight line. If you are moving in a circle, then you can say, okay, it's moving in a circle. But I want to know how this light is traveling. What is the motion of this light? How the energy is travel from one place to another place in case of light, okay, or in case of sound, or in case of any signal, right? So the motion is not a straight line. The motion is not a straight line. Okay, yes, it is in form of wave. Very good. It is in form of wave. Okay, in form of wave. Clear, everyone? Right? In form of wave. Now, my point is, okay, so if it is in form of wave, so do all waves are of same type? Tell me, do all waves are of same type? For example, if I'm talking about light or if I'm talking about sound, are they of same type? My answer would be no, right? No. Obviously, a big no. A big no. Think about it. Think about it. Okay. Suppose you talk about, think about it. Suppose you talk about water, right? Just think about it. You talk about water, right? If I'm talking about the surface of water, now this is best to visualize, right? If you talk about surface of water, if you throw a stone, it will create a ripple, right? It will create a ripple on the surface. Yes or no? Think about it. Or you can just take one thread and create a ripple like this. Now, if you create a ripple, what do you think? What is happening to the particle of this thread? Tell me. Is it moving in this direction or is it moving in this direction? Tell me. What happens to ripple particle? What happens to the particle of the string? Moving in upward direction or moving in forward direction? Tell me. Right? Upward direction, yes or no? It will move up and down, agree. But what about this ripple? But what about this ripple? The ripple will move like this, yes or no? The ripple will move like this, agree. So the ripple is actually moving in this direction, yes or no? Right, yes or no? Okay, so I can say, okay, sir, I have two things over here, right? I have two things. First is particle, right? First is particle, let's see, right? First is particle, motion of of particle, right? And the second is motion of energy, or you can say wave, okay? Wave energy, right? Okay, so I can say, okay, in this case, the particle is moving up and down, but energy is moving in, tell me, this direction, which is either forward or backward, depending on what is the reference. Okay, so I can say, okay, if this kind of motion takes place, then the wave is called as transverse wave. Transverse wave. Got it? Tell me, got it? Yes? Clear, everyone? Tell me, everyone is clear in this? Okay, now, what do you think? What do you think? What is required for this? What is required for this? Because if something is moving up and down, there should be some boundary. Yes or no? There should be some boundary. Agree? Agree, everyone? Yes? Now, what do you think about sound, right? For example, when I'm speaking, right, there's lots of air around me. Okay, there's no boundary. There's no boundary, right? Yes or no? There's no boundary. Can you see any boundary here? Tell me, can you see any boundary here? No? No? I can say there's air, right? Between, suppose if you are, suppose, right, if you are just in front of me, okay, if I'm speaking. So what I'm doing when I'm speaking, I'm actually changing the pressure. Yes or no? I'm changing the pressure. Because that change in pressure, the air molecules, suppose we have air molecules over here, the air molecules will vibrate. Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? Right? Think about it. Yes? Now, if the air molecules will vibrate, they will vibrate like this. Yes or no? Tell me. Right? So suppose I'm having lots of air molecules, Okay, lots of air molecules. So I can say, okay, when I'm speaking, I'm creating a pressure difference because of this. This will move, right? Okay, then this, it will create other pressure difference, then this will move. Then again, if I change the pressure, it will move in this direction, this will move in this direction. Means individual air molecules will move in to and fro direction. Yes or no? Because of change in, tell me, change in pressure, right? And when you talk about wave or energy, it is also transmitted in this direction. Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? Clear, everyone? So tell me, in this case, right, the motion of particle and the motion of wave are in the same direction or perpendicular direction, right? Same or opposite, right? Or perpendicular direction. Tell me, what do you think? Tell me, everyone. Same, right? It's not perpendicular, right? Either it's same or opposite, or it's not perpendicular. Makes sense? It is not perpendicular. So I can say in this case, when the motion of particle, right? When the motion of particle, okay, and the wave is either same or opposite, it's not perpendicular, then it is called as longitudinal wave. Longitudinal wave. Clear, everyone? Tell me, clear? Yes? Right? Anyone have any issue in this? I hope all of you understood what is longitudinal wave, what is transverse wave. Okay, right? So let's see. So as I said, right? If the particle oscillates perpendicular to the wave motion, if particle oscillates perpendicular to the wave motion, then that kind of wave is called as transverse wave. That is one thing that we have to notice, right, everyone? Right? Now, if you see this, think about it. I'm just talking about transverse wave for now, right? Now, I can say, okay, particle is traveling in to and fro. So particle is executing SHM, right? Particle is executing SHM, yes or no, right? Okay, they're not moving in forward direction. They're just moving up and down, up and down. Okay, so I can say there is, if it is executing SHM, then I can write the equation of this motion. I can write the equation of this particle. Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? Okay, with respect to time, agree? Yes? Anyone have any issue in this? Anyone have any issue in this? No, but think about it. I'm just using the concept. When you talk about this particle, just this particle, so the position is fixed, x is fixed, x is constant, yes or no, right? Okay, the position is fixed, y is changing. So I can say, okay, y is equal to a sine omega t plus phi, right? Yes, okay, but when you talk about in general, when you talk about particles in general, right? Okay, when you talk about particles in general, obviously at this time, if you talk about this particle, then y will be different. If you talk about this particle, y will be different, yes or no? So if you talk about position of any particle in general, so we should have two parameters on which this y will depend, right? Time, obviously, but we should have one parameter which is x also. Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Think about it, right? I can say, okay, when you talk about this y, it should depend on time as well as the position. Clear, everyone? Tell me yes or no. Think about it. Because if I'm saying, okay, at time t is equal to this, what is the position? What is y? So my question is, okay, so y of which point? This point, this point, this point, this point, this point. Which point? So I have to specify x also, na? Tell me yes or no. I have to specify x also. Clear, everyone? Yes, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Clear? सबको समझ में आ रहा है? Yes. So yeah. So one thing which I can say, I can relate every concept of SHM in waves. ये दिमाग में रखो, है ना? जो भी concept हम लोगों ने पढ़ा है SHM का, वो हम लोग रखेंगे इसमें. Clear? And we will just modify it. Clear? Right? See that this is how you should remember all the concepts, right? Interrelate each and every concept over here. Okay. Right? Or you can just say, okay, you can just say, whereas that y will be function of both t and x. So I can just say y should be both function of t and x. Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Right? When you talk about SHM, y was just a function of time. But when you talk about this, y should be function of both t and x. Anyone have any issue in this? Anyone have any issue in this? Think about it, right? Basic, clear? Yes? ये सबको समझ में आ रहा है? सबको समझ में आ रहा है कॉन्सेप्ट? ठीक है, ओके, वेरी गुड. नाउ ये हम लोग आगे बात करेंगे, वेव फंक्शन में बात करेंगे, बट first of all, let's see the parameters which are associated with transverse wave. Now think about it. If you see that this is a wave, tell me what are the parameters that is associated with this? क्या क्या लगता है? First is your maximum height, है ना? Maximum height, that is your amplitude. Agree, right? The topmost position is called as crest. The bottommost position is called trough, right? Tell me, the distance between two consecutive crests, two consecutive troughs, or any two points at the same position is called your wavelength, right? And the time taken by the wave, right, to travel one wavelength is called your time period. These things I hope all of you know. In SHM we have studied these things, right, everyone? Okay, clear, right? And can anyone tell me what would be the velocity? Tell me, what is the velocity? How many of you remember the formula of velocity? Wavelength per unit time. Okay, then one more formula. Tell me. Think about it. Okay, you forgot. You guys forgot, right? No, no, no. In terms of tension and mass. In terms of tension and mass. How many of you remember? Or in terms of force and mass. How many of you remember this, guys? root t by m, root f by m. ओके ठीक है, हम लोग देखेंगे फिर से, डोंट वरी, राइट, जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस, विल सी, ओके वी विल सी ये भी कैसे आया, ठीक है, राइट. Now think about it. When you talk about wave, right? We have some basic relationship that we have studied in atomic structure, right? That we, tell me, velocity is equal to distance by time, yes or no? Yes or no, right? Let's see the formula that we already know. Okay, velocity is equal to distance by time, which is lambda by t, right? And 1 by time is equal to frequency. I hope all of you remember this. So v is equal to न्यू लैम्डा, राइट, न्यू लैम्डा, यस और नो? ये सब पता है ना, ये हम लोग यूज करेंगे काफी, ये सबको पता है, v is equal to न्यू लैम्डा, राइट. ओके, ये अभी लिख लो, v is equal to root t by m. हम लोग देखेंगे ये कहाँ से आया, कैसे आया, राइट, अगर तुम लोग याद नहीं है तो. ओके, now so that was about transverse wave. Now when you talk about longitudinal wave, so in longitudinal wave I can say the particle oscillates not perpendicular, parallel, right? है ना, parallel move करता है, जैसे ये object है ना, so this will move like this, right? So this is your parallel motion. Okay, so think about it. When you talk about transverse, there was formation of crust and trough. यहाँ पे क्या होगा, compression and rarefaction, right? जब प्रेशर क्या होता है, प्रेशर यहाँ पे बढ़ गया तो क्या होगा, सब स्क्वीज हो जाएगा, राइट? सो द मॉलिक्यूल्स विल स्क्वीज, यस और नो, राइट? ओके, नाउ if you see, I hope all of you have played with spring. जो spring होता है ना, वो प्लास्टिक वाला spring जो ऐसे करते तो आगे पीछे होता है. How many of you played with that spring, or how many of you seen that spring, right? Slinky, yes, right? So what do you think, what is the motion of that slinky? Tell me, what is the motion of that slinky, everyone? Don't you think the motion would be same, this only, है ना? जब तुम अगर मूव करोगे तो क्या होगा, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगा फिर मूव करेगा, राइट? यस और नो? So the motion of that slinky is exactly like this, right? So this portion, when the pressures move, okay, right, when the particles are close, right, then it is called as compression. Makes sense na? Definition भी सब सही होता है, compression मतलब compress होगा ना. Okay, and the other portion, this portion, right? Okay, normal pressure, it is called as rarefaction. Okay, clear everyone? Yes, yes. Now think about it. So we have studied this in, tell me, thermodynamics, everything, that when you talk about oscillation of sound particle, or sorry, oscillation of air, right? So that is your longitudinal, because for transverse there should be some medium, there should be some surface, okay, right? Okay, when you talk about, see again, when I'm talking about wave motion of particle, think about it, wave motion of particle. So ऐसे होता है सर, लाइट में तो नहीं होता, लाइट में ऐसा होता है, but obviously that's not a particle, right? I'm talking about wave motion of a particle. Okay, ठीक है, clear ये सब? Okay, right? Okay, anyone have any issue in this? Anyone have any issue in this? Tell me. Longitudinal wave, transverse wave समझ में आया सबको? सबको समझ में आया? Okay, right, very good. Now this is one type of definition, right? This, okay, this definition is due to what? Tell me, this definition is depending on the, tell me, depending on what? Vibration, yes or no? Depending on vibration of particle. Now अगर तुम किसी और medium के हिसाब से लो, right? For example, if you talk about dimension, 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimension, if you talk about energy, right? Okay, so you can have a stationary wave or you can have traveling wave, right? So let's see. Okay, so when you talk about different type of waves, so the different type of waves that we will be studying, right, are, when you talk about medium, so it is elastic or mechanical wave and electromagnetic wave. So now we are talking about this elastic or magnetic wave, sorry, मैकेनिकल वेव, ठीक है? हम लोग सिर्फ इसकी बात करेंगे इस चैप्टर में, हम लोग इलास्टिक और मैकेनिकल वेव की बात करेंगे. इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव अलग पूरा चैप्टर है जो कि क्लास 12th में आएगा, ठीक है? क्लियर है, राइट? नाउ व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट प्रोपगेशन ऑफ एनर्जी, सो वी हैव प्रोग्रेसिव वेव एंड स्टेशनरी वेव. Progressive wave and stationary wave, right? So progressive wave is also called as traveling wave. Okay, progressive wave is also called as traveling wave, right? In which energy is transferred from one point to other point. Okay, clear? So you should note these points down. Okay, जब भी तुम लोग notes बना रहे हो ना, right? So you can note these things down. Okay, so I can say when you talk about different type of waves, so basic on the basis of medium, we can have elastic or mechanical wave, right, which require medium. Okay, and then we have electromagnetic wave which do not require medium, right? They are known as non-mechanical wave also. Then on the basis of propagation of energy, we have traveling wave or progressive wave, and then we have stationary wave. Okay, right, in which energy is trapped between these 2 points. We'll talk about the stationary wave. Okay, then dimension, one dimensional, two dimensional, three dimensional. So we will be talking about one dimensional, two dimensional only, mainly two dimensional. Okay, then vibrational particles, this we just saw that, right? Transverse wave and longitudinal wave. Yes or no? Tell me. Yes or no? Right? Okay. So I hope all of you know. I hope all of you know about these waves. Raise your hand. Tell me. Raise your hand. Right? Yes. Okay. Right. 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 Everyone. Okay. Anyone have any issue in this? So we'll be basically we will be focusing on traveling wave and stationary wave. Okay, depending on, tell me, depending on what? Depending on propagation of wave, propagation of energy. Then we talked about transverse and longitudinal. Clear? So we talked about this, we talked about transverse wave, okay, and we talked about longitudinal wave, right? So if you see this, we have continuous, tell me, compression and rarefaction. So I can say, okay, in this case also, I can define your wavelength, yes or no. Tell me, yes or no. You just have to relate the terms. Now, in this case, so you can say, okay, sir, in transverse wave, it is very easy to identify, right? Crest, treff, wavelength, and all those things. What about this longitudinal wave? Tell me, what about this longitudinal wave? I can say, okay, this is the same thing, right? The point or the distance between any two consecutive points, right? Okay, in either compression or rarefaction will be a wavelength. As simple as that, the definition will not change now, right? Yes or no? So if you talk about these 2 points, the distance between these 2 points will be a wavelength, right? Clear, everyone? Anyone have any issue in this? Anyone have any issue in this? Right? Yes? Clear? Okay, raise your hand. Okay, now think about it. Think about it. When you talk about example of longitudinal wave, okay, I can say, okay, the example of longitudinal wave is sound wave, right? The best example is sound wave actually. Okay. Now, okay, anyone have any issue in this? Anyone have any issue in this? Raise your hand. No? Clear? Everyone is clear in this concept? Tell me, everyone. Okay. Now, after this, we talked about some important terms. Now, when you talk about some important terms, right? So these are the concepts that we have already covered in STEM. So I'll just tell them once, okay, so that you can just revise those concepts. Now, we are already seeing what is wavelength, right? So the other term that we have to study is time period. Okay, I hope all of you know what is time period. Yes or no? Anyone who doesn't know what is time period, tell me. I hope everyone know what is time period, right, everyone? Okay, then we have amplitude, angular frequency, phase, right? Now, these all are the terms that we have already studied at SHM. Okay, clear? Now, think about it. There's one change. When you talk about SHM, the phase was what? Omega t plus phi. Yes or no? Or plus minus phi. Right? Omega t plus minus phi was the phase. So I can say, okay, right? Okay, I can say that doesn't matter whatever, doesn't matter whatever you take, right? Phase is basically the angle. Yes or no? Phase is the angle, right? So if I'm saying y is equal to x sine anything, sine theta, this theta is your phase. Yes? Clear, everyone? Right? Okay. Now, as I said, when you talk about wave, okay, the position of particle depends on both, it's a function of both time and, tell me, time and displacement. Clear? Time and displacement, t and x. Okay. So the phase will be, right? The phase will be in terms of both t and x, right, everyone? Tell me, right? Agree? Yes or no? Clear? Okay? Okay, very good. Now think about it. Think about it, right? Okay, so I'll say, okay, sir, right? If it would be both time and x, think about it. I'll just write it down. Okay. So I can say, okay, sir, I know what is wavelength, what is time. You're saying that y is a function of t and x, right? So I'm saying y is a function of t and x. Okay, so it must mean that y should be equal to function of t. Now, plus minus. Okay, either it can be plus or it can be minus. If I'm writing x, will it be correct? Tell me, if I'm writing just x, will it be correct? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Will it be correct or wrong? Let's see how many of you have a concept of unit and dimension. Is it correct to write like this? Tell me, is it correct to write like this? No, obviously it is wrong. Why? Sir, dimension, sir, क्या कर रहे हो आप? Dimension गलत कर रहे हो, हाँ? आपको dimension भी नहीं आता है. ये dimension t है और इसका dimension x है. So there should be some constant, right? So actually it should be, tell me, actually it should be y is equal to function of t plus minus bx. Yes or no? Right? फिर बोलोगे, sir, what is b, sir? b क्या है? b क्या है? We know that. Okay, x is distance. I hope all of you know the concept of unit and dimension. So dimension should be same. So dimension of bx should be equal to time. So when you talk about b should be what? Time by distance. Yes or no? Okay, this seems like 1 by v, right? 1 by v, 1 by velocity. Yes or no? Yes or no? Very easy, very easy. Straight from the concept. You should not remember anything, right? So I can say, okay, now it should be a function of t plus minus, tell me, x by v. Yes or no? That should be the general equation of any wave. Any wave. I'm not talking about sinusoidal. I'm talking about any wave, right? They should be, any wave should be the function of t plus minus x by v. Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? Right? No one said that the wave will be sinusoidal only, right? Wave can be of any type. Okay, but it should be a function of this. Clear, everyone? Raise your hand. Clear? Tell me, raise your hand. This concept is clear? Okay. Yes. Okay. Very good. Very good. Right? Very good. So I hope all of you know what is a very basic expression for, right? It can be anything, Wes, right? It can be anything depending on the equation. It can be exponential also. Okay, we will see. There's one question of JE, very interesting question. Okay, we will see that in problem. Okay, right? So I hope all of you is yes or no, right? See, I'll keep writing all the important informations. Okay, I'll keep writing all the important information. Rest, I'll just show in the PDF. Okay, clear, everyone? Okay, so we talked about wave property, which is wave speed. Okay, then wave frequency, time period, amplitude, wavelength. Clear? These concepts are clear? Okay, now after this, there's one parameter called as wave number, right? Wave number. Okay, so wave number is V bar, or you can just write it as any other formula, right? Wave number is equal to what? I hope all of you remember from atomic structure. Tell me how many of you remember from atomic structure? Tell me. How many of you remember from atomic structure? How many of you raise your hand? What is wave number? Number of, yes, very good. Number of wavelength per unit length, or which is 1 by lambda. 1 by lambda. Yes or no? 1 by lambda, right? Yes. I hope all of you remember from atomic structure. Okay. Clear? So anyone have any doubt in this? No? Yes? Yes? Okay. Right? Okay. Now think about it. Think about it. When you talk about wave, okay, when you talk about the motion of particle, okay, the most important thing that we have to know is the phase, right? Phase, what is a phase? Phase is the angle. Okay, for example, think about it. Think about it. If I'm talking about this and this, right? Particle at point P here, particle at point P here, right? Okay, think about it. They are having same angle, yes or no? Tell me. They are having same angle at same time t. So if t is equal to same, suppose t is equal to same, position is also same. Think about it. If t is same and position same, if y is the same, y is same. Think about it. Means the position, this position is same. Then I can say they are in same phase. Yes or no? Tell me. Yes or no? Tell me. So I'm talking about two different particles at same distance at same time. If the y is same, then the motion of two wave will be, tell me, in same phase. Yes or no? Tell me. Clear? Right? But if I'm talking about this point, if I'm talking about P and Q, tell me. If I'm talking about P and Q, tell me. If I'm talking P and Q, then are they in same phase? No, right? Clear? Because obviously, when it is maximum, it is minimum. When it is maximum, it is minimum. So what is the difference? Tell me, what is the difference in angle? Tell me, what is the difference in angle? Because see, remember, phase is angle, as simple as that. Phase is angle, that's it. और कुछ लगाना ही नहीं है दिमाग. Phase is angle, yes or no? Then tell me, what's the difference between P and Q? Tell me, what's the difference between P and Q? बताओ, कितना angle का difference है? Pi by 2, yes, है ना, pi by 2. Right? This is pi by 2, this is pi, so pi by 2. So I can say, okay, the phase difference between point Q and P is pi by 2. Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? Clear, everyone? Clear? Okay? Yes. So I can say if two particles have same position, right, and same velocity at all the instants, they are called in the same, they are said to be in same phase, right? Okay, if then exactly opposite, right? If then actually opposite, right? For example, ये P यहाँ है, इसका ये R ले रहे हो तुम, इसका P और इसका R ले रहे हो, right? So they are called to be an opposite phase. Means इसके और उसके बीच इसके और इसके बीच का phase difference कितना हो गया? बताओ, इसके और इसके बीच का phase difference कितना हो गया? Tell me, what is the angle difference between these two? Pi, right? So if the angle between two point is pi, then opposite phase means ulta जा रहा है, yes or no? Right? Yes? Clear? Anyone have any issue in this? Tell me. I hope all of you understood same phase and opposite phase. Yes? Clear? Okay. Now think about it, right? Think about it. I'll just give you one more example. Okay, we will see now. So I hope all of you understood the concept of same phase and opposite phase. So let's see one example. Okay. Now suppose I'm having this. Okay, right? ये एक है. Okay. और ये मान लो दूसरा पॉइंट है, दूसरा ले लो. Okay, दूसरा ले लो. ठीक है. Now, are they in same phase? Tell me, are they in same phase? Think about it. Are they in same phase? ये टाइम t is equal to 0 है, x equal to 0 है. ये भी टाइम t is equal to 0 है, x equal to 0 है. Are they in same phase? Yes or no? You just have to tell me. Are they in same phase? Yes or no? Right? Yes. Makes sense, na? Yes. Right? Okay. Now, if I'm talking about, yes, very good. But if I'm talking about this, think about it. If I'm talking about this, then are they in same phase? This one, are they in same phase? No, Anna, no, no. Clear? सबको समझ में आ रहा है ये चीज? Because when you talk about this, when at t is equal to 0, x equal to 0, this is maximum, but this is 0, right? And at pi by 2, this is maximum, but this is 0, right? So obviously they're not in same phase. Clear ये चीज? सबको समझ में आ रहा है? सबको समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? Right? Yes? Okay? Anyone have any doubt in this? Raise your hand. Raise your hand, everyone. Like this. ठीक है? नहीं किसी डाउट? समझ में आ अच्छे से? मैं बहुत ही बेसिक से कर रहा हूँ, बहुत बेसिक से. ओके ओके ठीक है. वेरी गुड एवरीवन. ओके सो आई होप सबको फेस समझ में आ गया, एंगल समझ में आ गया. ठीक है. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट वेव नाउ, राइट? लेट्स स्टार्ट. ओके definition of what, Imba? Definition of what? Tell me definition of what? मैं नोट्स शेयर कर दूंगा ना, राइट? एनसीईआरटी में डेफिनेशन रहेगी. ठीक है. रीड एनसीईआरटी, राइट? Tell me, phase is the parameter which let us know about the position of any particle, right? And it is a function of time and in phase. See, if the position of two particles, it is written, right? I've shown you now. If the position of two particles is same, think about it. If the position of two particles is same, right, at every point, okay, for same velocity, then it is called as in phase. If the position of two particles is same, right, for same velocity at all the time, then they are called as, then they are in same phase. Yes or no? Right? Clear? So I can say this P, right? Okay, after every pi, है ना? Same phase, same position. Yes or no? This, right? Okay, right? Clear? Right, everyone? यहाँ तक किसी को दिक्कत है? किसी को दिक्कत है यहाँ तक में? नहीं? Okay. Okay, so I hope यहाँ तक मुझे दिक्कत नहीं है. Clear, right everyone? Clear? Okay. Now let's start the wave function. Okay, so let's start the wave function. Now, I know that, okay sir, you told me I'll take example of transpose wave only. Okay, I'll take example of transpose wave only. What happened? Okay, I'll just take example of transpose wave, right? Suppose I'm having a transpose wave like this. Okay, this is transverse wave. Okay, this is transverse wave. Now, when you talk about this, I can say I'm having two type of motion. Yes or no? I said, okay, sir, right? Okay, sir, you are saying that y is equal to what? Function of t minus x by v. Yes or no? Or it is plus minus. It is plus minus, depending on in which direction it is moving. Yes or no? It is moving in this direction or this direction. That we will see. If it is plus, then kya hoga? Negative, then kya hoga? But it is something that you know. Yes or no? Right? Yes or no? Right? Okay. And then you are saying, okay, sir, this is a sinusoidal function, right? If this is a sinusoidal function, then the point y, right? For each and every point y, you can write the function as y is equal to, right? This is a sin theta. Yes or no? Tell me. ये सबको बहुत basic, सबको समझ में आ रही है? Yes or no? Can I write like this? Tell me, can I write like this? Okay. Okay. Now you can say, okay, sir, for each point is doing SHM. Each point is doing SHM, right? Yes or no? Each point is doing SHM. है ना? ऊपर नीचे जाएगा. Okay. And we know that for SHM, the position y is given by a sine omega t, right? I hope all of you remember this, right? Okay, so यहाँ पे मुझे क्या लेना है, यहाँ पे मुझे सारे पॉइंट्स का लेना है. So can I say okay, y is equal to a sine omega. Now instead of t, instead of just t, I should have this function. Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Means t plus minus x by v. Yes or no? Raise your hand. Yes or no? Raise your hand. Tell me. सबको समझ में आया यहाँ तक? सबको समझ में आ रहा है? किसी को डाउट है यहाँ तक? बताओ. किसी को दिक्कत नहीं है ना? साम्या, चुलिका, अभिराम, प्रद्युम्ना, जशरण, Anagha, everyone, because this is very important concept. Okay, this is very important concept. Clear? Okay, very good. Very good, everyone, right? So I can say, okay, if it is this, right? So I can say this is tell me, this is the equation of particle, this is the equation of, right, particle. Yes or no? Tell me. Yes or no? Motion of particle. So if I need to rewrite it, I can write like this. Y is equal to a sine, now omega t plus minus omega by v into x. Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, right? Okay, now this omega by v is called as k. Okay, this is called as k. Clear, everyone? Right? Because omega will be constant. And what is this v? Tell me, what is this v? Batao, v kya tha ye? What is v? What was this v? Everyone, what is this v? I hope all of you remember x by t, right? Which is the velocity in x-axis. Yes or no? The velocity in x-axis. So velocity x-axis में किसका है? Wave का होगा ना? So this is your wave velocity. Wave velocity. Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. ये सबसे बड़ा concept है, तुमको याद रखना है. This v is wave velocity. Okay. So I can say, okay, I can write this function as a sine omega t plus minus kx, right? Plus minus kx. Now, think about it. If you're writing like this, okay, it means, right, if t is equal to 0 and k is equal to 0, y should be equal to 0. Yes or no? Yes, sorry, not k, x is equal to 0, my bad, x is equal to 0. At t is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, y should be equal to 0. Yes or no? Raise your hand. Tell me, raise your hand. Right? But what if at t is equal to 0 and x is equal to 0, what if y does not equal to 0? Tell me. Suppose y equal to 0 नहीं होता है, तो it means initially कुछ ना कुछ y है. Yes or no? Means there should be some initial phase. I hope all of you remember the concept of initial phase. Yes or no? Tell me. बताओ. सबको समझ में आ रहा है? Right? So I have to include, right, initial phase also na in general equation I have to use, right? Yes. Okay. Okay. So I can say, okay, y can be written as a sine omega t plus minus kx plus phi, which is initial phase. Clear, everyone? Tell me, clear? Sabka concept clear hua ye cheez? So I can say, okay, this is your general equation of motion of particle. Clear? Clear, everyone? ये सबको समझ में आ गया? हाथ उठा लो. हाथ उठा लो, सबको समझ में आ ये चीज? Right? स्नेहा समझ में आ रहा है? Smriti, everyone? Everyone's getting this? Right? ठीक है? Yes? Okay. Okay, very good, everyone. Very good. Okay. Now let's do something, right, with this equation. Okay, let's do something with this equation. Okay. Now we know that y is equal to this. What is dy by dt? Right? I'll just use different pen. What is dy by dt? Tell me, what is dy by dt? It is velocity of particle. Yes or no? Velocity of particle, right? है ना, जो velocity of particle जो ऊपर नीचे कर रहा है वो velocity है, तो क्या हो जाएगा? I hope all of you can differentiate it. I hope all of you know how to differentiate it. It will be what? A omega. Tell me, cos omega t plus minus kx plus phi. Yes or no? हाथ उठाओ. Yes or no? Right? Yes. Okay, very good. What is d square y by dt square? Don't you think सर ये तो एसएचएम जैसा आ गया सर? ये तो एसएचएम जैसा आ गया है कि नहीं? एसएचएम जैसा आया कि नहीं आया? बताओ, सबको बताओ. एसएचएम का ही क्वेश्चन आया कि नहीं आया? So if you remember the concept of SHM, तुम निकाल सकते हो, right? Yes, SHM ही तो है ना? Because when you talk about any fixed particle, they will be doing SHM. Yes, agree? So it will be AP is equal to what? Minus A omega square sine omega t plus minus kx plus phi, right? Everyone have any issues in this, right? फिर तुम बोलोगे सर यहाँ पे तो दो फंक्शन है, यहाँ पे तो x भी है ना, यहाँ पे तो x भी है, तो बोलेंगे कोई दिक्कत नहीं, राइट? हम x के हिसाब से भी डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे, राइट? लेट्स डिफरेंशिएट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू x आल्सो. सो dy by dx करो एक बार, थिंक अबाउट इट. ये तो समझ में आया ये क्या होता है, ये क्या होता है. dy by dx करके देखते हैं क्या होगा. dy by dx, टेल मी. इट विल बी a omega, omega की k ना, because coefficient of x is k, right? So it will be plus minus depending on ये plus k है कि minus k है, right everyone? Right? Yes? Okay. Now it will be cos omega t plus minus kx plus phi. Ovas देखो, when you talk about Vp, it is of one particle, yes or no? At any particle, so उसके से हम x को constant मानेंगे ना. Tell me, तो चेन रूल के हिसाब से तो ये कांस्टेंट हो जाएगा, सिर्फ टाइम वेरिएबल रहेगा. यस और नो? है कि नहीं? बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली ईच पार्टिकल हैव डिफरेंट वेलोसिटी, है ना? ठीक है, राइट? क्लियर ये चीज? यहाँ पे किसी को दिक्कत है? यहाँ पे किसी को दिक्कत है? यहाँ तक में, यहाँ तक में किसी को दिक्कत है? बताओ, किसी को दिक्कत है यहाँ तक में? राइट? ओके, नाउ देखो एक बार, dy by dt डिवाइडेड बाय, ठीक है, dy by dx क्या हो रहा है? तो जल्दी से एक बार, dy by dt डिवाइड बाय dy by dx क्या हो रहा है बताओ? टेल मी, क्या हो रहा है? ये पूरा टर्म कट रहा है, ये पूरा टर्म कट रहा है, राइट? ए कट रहा है. डोंट यू थिंक इट इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा बाय के? थिंक अबाउट इट, थिंक अबाउट इट. यस और नो? राइट? और ये देखो dy by dx क्या हो रहा है तुम्हारा? dx by dt हो रहा है. यस और नो? यस और नो? दिख रहा है कुछ? दिख रहा है कुछ? दिस इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? वेव वेलोसिटी. यस और नो? टेल मी, यस और नो? राइट? यहां से मेरा फिर से प्रूव हो गया दैट k इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा बाय v. यस और नो? टेल मी, यस और नो? प्रूव्ड, राइट? एग्री? टेल मी, एग्री? एनीवन हैव एनी इशू इन दिस? ओके, ओके. किसी को दिक्कत यहाँ तक में? किसी को दिक्कत यहाँ तक में? नहीं ना? Right? So if you see this, I hope all of you can relate to this now. I hope all of you can relate to this now. है ना? ये हम लोगों ने प्रूव कर लिया. Yes or no? That will be minus or plus. I have taken minus or plus depending on ये क्या हो रहा है. यहाँ पे माइनस लोगे तो माइनस आएगा, प्लस लोगे तो प्लस आ जाएगा, है ना? That's why I have taken plus minus. Right? Here I have taken plus minus ना, so divide करो तो क्या आएगा? Plus minus आएगा. Right? Plus minus. Clear ये चीज? है ना? Anyone have any doubt in this? Anyone have any doubt in this? ये concept? हाथ चालू. किसी को दिक्कत है यहाँ तक में? So I can say dy by dx represents the स्लोप ऑफ द रिंग है ना, राइट, क्योंकि ये y है ये x है, सो इट विल बी स्लोप ऑफ द रिंग एट एनी पॉइंट x. ठीक है, ओके. Think about it, Oves, right? So Oves is asking us why we need x also, right? Why we need x also? Now, एक चीज बताओ, think about it. If you talk about y, if you talk about y, right? At any time t, at any time t, suppose सब बस t ले रहे हैं, t ले रहा हूँ, कुछ ले नहीं ले रहे हैं, तो तुम किस पार्ट के लिए बात कर रहे हो? Tell me, which particle you're talking about? Are you talking about this particle or 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 this particle? Tell me. Because at any time t, all the particle will move in to and from motion. Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? Wes, सबको समझ में आ रही है चीज? Yes? So unless until you specify कि नहीं हम x is equal to this वाले particle की बात कर रहे हैं या x equal to this वाली particle की बात कर रहे हैं, x equal to this वाली particle की बात कर रहे हैं, you cannot write the value of y. Yes or no? समझ में आया Wes? Right? Everyone got this? Yes? That's why we need x as a function, okay, in our wave equation. Okay? Okay. So let's see the differential equation. Okay. So if you see the differential equation, I hope all of you remember this differential equation, guys. How many of you remember this differential equation? Okay. I'll just drive it also. Okay. I'll just drive it also. Okay. So यहाँ तक सबको समझ में आ गया ना? यहाँ तक कि मैं किसी को दिक्कत यहाँ तक में किसी दिक्कत नहीं यहाँ तक ना, तो हम लोग लिखते हैं एक बार, ये लिख देते हैं, right? And I'll just take this. So dy by dx, this dy by dx is equal to plus minus a k. Now this whole thing is what? This whole thing cos omega t plus kx is equal to what? Vp by aw, right? Or dy by dt, है ना? So this is equal to what? Tell me. यहाँ से क्या लिखेंगे? dy by dt क्या लिखेंगे? Right? ये बताओ. k by omega ना, a कट जाएगा, k by omega into dy by dt. Yes or no? Yes or no? Tell me. Plus minus, right? Yes. And what is this k by omega? 1 by vp. So I can say dy by dx is equal to plus minus 1 by v into dy by dt. Clear everyone? Clear? यहाँ तक समझ में आ गया? सबको समझ में आ रहा है? Step by step. Okay. यहाँ से. Okay. Clear यहाँ पे? जो दिक्कत यहाँ पे नहीं ना? ये इधर गया, ये इधर आ गया. Okay. Now ये तो हो गया सर dy by dt, dy by dx. एक बार डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं. Let's see. एक बार डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं इसको, है ना? So d square by dt square we already know, right? d square by dt square we already know, है ना? क्या होता है ये? बताओ, लिखा है ना यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने, which is minus a omega square sin omega t plus minus kx, right? मैं 5 हटा रहा हूँ, मैं बस kx लिख रहा हूँ, ठीक है? Now write down the equation of d square y by dx square. Tell me, d square y क्या होगा? Tell me. इसको डिफरेंशिएट करो, x वाले को, क्या हो जाएगा? एक k स्क्वायर हो जाएगा ना, है कि नहीं? एक k स्क्वायर sin ओमेगा t हो जाएगा, राइट? सो इट वुड बी अगेन a k स्क्वायर, बिकॉज नेगेटिव कैंसिल हो जाएगा, है ना? नेगेटिव कैंसिल हो जाएगा इसका, बट एक और नेगेटिव आ जाएगा कॉस का डिफरेंशिएशन. सो वी विल हैव सेम प्लस माइनस a k स्क्वायर. टेल मी. साइन, है ना? साइन कॉस का साइन हो जाएगा, ओमेगा टी प्लस माइनस के एक्स. क्लियर? टेल मी, क्लियर? यहाँ तक सबको समझ में आ रहा है ना? चलो यहाँ पे तुम रिलेट करो, राइट? सो यहाँ पे तुम अगर डिफरेंशिएट कर देते हो तो डिवाइड कर देते हो तो क्या हो रहा है, ए यहाँ पे भी कट रहा है, राइट, ठीक है, राइट। देखो अभिराम, ये पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव तो इसके कारण आ रहा है ना अभिराम, टेल मी, पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव तो इसके कारण आ रहा है ना, प्लस माइनस के एक्स कोएफिशिएंट जो है, ये जब डिफरेंशिएट ला रहे हैं तब उसके कारण आ रहा है ना, है कि नहीं, राइट, तो उसको तो रखेंगे ना हमेशा, है कि नहीं, राइट। और कॉस का डिफरेंशिएशन क्या हो जाएगा, तो ठीक है यहाँ पे हटा दे रहे हैं हम, आई जस्ट टेक दिस, ओके, दो बार, हाँ तो एक बार साइन, जब ये कॉस साइन से कन्वर्ट हो रहा है तो यहाँ पे नेगेटिव आ जाएगा, है ना, कॉस साइन से हो रहा है तो यहाँ पे नेगेटिव आ जाएगा, क्लियर है, राइट, ओके। तो यहाँ पे तुम जब रिलेशन देखोगे डी स्क्वायर वाई बाई डी टी स्क्वायर, ओके, डी स्क्वायर बाई डी टी स्क्वायर एंड डी स्क्वायर वाई बाई डी स्क्वायर, रिलेशनशिप देखो तो क्या आ रहा है, बताओ क्या आ रहा है रिलेशनशिप, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू गेट दिस रिलेशनशिप, टेल मी, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू गेट दिस रिलेशनशिप, यस और नो, ये रिलेशनशिप आ रहा है ना, एग्री, टेल मी एग्री, राइट, सी, नोटिस करो, यस, डिवाइड कर दो, सो डी स्क्वायर बाई, ओके, डिवाइड कर दो, यहाँ पे डिवाइड कर दो तो क्या आएगा, डी स्क्वायर वाई बाई डी टी स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू, टेल मी, ओमेगा स्क्वायर बाई के स्क्वायर इंटू डी स्क्वायर वाई बाई डी एक्स स्क्वायर, है ना, एंड ओमेगा स्क्वायर बाई के स्क्वायर क्या होता है, ओमेगा स्क्वायर बाई के स्क्वायर क्या होता है, टेल मी, राइट, व्हाट इज ओमेगा स्क्वायर बाई के स्क्वायर, बताओ, omega by v is equal to, yes, right, omega by v is equal to k, है ना, I hope all of you remember omega by v is equal to k, so omega by k is equal to v, right, so omega square by k square is v square, right, है ना, तो क्या हो जाएगा यहाँ पे, d square y by dt square is equal to v square into d square y by dx square, मेक सेंस, समझ में आ रहा है, सेम है, चल मी सेम है कि नहीं, यस और नो, राइट, यस और नो, okay, okay everyone, got it, so I can say if any equation follows this relationship, if any equation follows this relationship, right, it is your wave equation, okay, every equation should follow this relationship, ठीक है, क्लियर हो गया यहाँ तक, सबको यहाँ तक क्लियर हो गया, सबका कॉन्सेप्ट यहाँ तक क्लियर हो गया, हाँ चलो, है ना, ओके, राइट, ओके, तो वैसे छोड़ दो अभी उसको, पार्शियल डिफरेंशिएशन छोड़ दो, ठीक है, मैंने जो बोला समझ में आना, पार्शियल डिफरेंशिएशन मतलब ही होता है एक को कांस्टेंट मान के दूसरा डिफरेंशिएट करो, है ना, सो हम लोगों ने k को कांस्टेंट, सॉरी x को कांस्टेंट मान के t को डिफरेंशिएट किया था, फिर dy by dx में हम लोगों ने t को कांस्टेंट मानकर x को डिफरेंशिएट किया गया था, राइट, सो दैट इज बेसिकली पार्शियल डिफरेंशिएशन, समझ में आ रहा है, राइट, ओके, सो देखो, आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू कैन अंडरस्टूड दिस, है ना, अब देखो यहाँ पे, अब देखो यहाँ पे, थिंक अबाउट इट, यहाँ पे किसी को दिक्कत यहाँ तक में, किसी को भी दिक्कत यहाँ तक में, राइट, सबको समझ में, बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट, फेज क्या होता है, राइट, व्हाट इज वीपी, व्हाट इज, टेल मी, व्हाट इज वीपी, व्हाट इज, टेल मी, एपी, है ना, सो मैं समराइज करता हूँ यहाँ पे, मैं समराइज कर दे यहाँ पे, राइट, वेलोसिटी ऑफ पार्टिकल इज गिवन बाय, टेल मी, velocity of particle is given by, I hope all of you remember, right, this equation, है ना, this equation, a omega cos omega t plus minus kx plus phi, है ना, so I'll just write down a omega cos omega t plus minus kx plus phi. Now I hope all of you can write it like this also, a, tell me, or omega अंडर रूट ऑफ, सबको याद है, a स्क्वायर माइनस वाई स्क्वायर, याद है कि नहीं? बताओ याद है कि नहीं? यस और नो, यस और नो, याद है ना? राइट, एसटीएम वाला कॉन्सेप्ट सेम कॉन्सेप्ट ना, है कि नहीं? सेम कॉन्सेप्ट, एसटीएम वाला कॉन्सेप्ट, यहाँ पे x की जगह बस y हो गया ना, बिकॉज मोशन इज इन y डायरेक्शन, राइट? दैट्स इट. So omega. Now a, and this is for particle. Okay, and velocity of wave v naught, velocity of wave is equal to what? Tell me. Velocity of wave is equal to lambda by t is equal to, tell me, k by omega, omega by k by omega na, omega by k. Tell me, omega by k, right? Omega by v is k, so it is omega by, tell me, v is equal to omega by k. है ना? Right? ठीक है? Now AP is what? Minus omega square a sine omega t plus minus kx plus phi, which is equal to minus omega square y, same as SHM. ठीक है? Right? और acceleration of wave की तो बात करते नहीं हम लोग, right? That is basically speed only, है ना? ठीक है? किसी को दिक्कत यहाँ तक में? किसी को दिक्कत यहाँ तक में? हाथ चालू नहीं ना? So let's see, suppose we have two wave, think about it. Suppose I'm having a wave y1, ध्यान दो यहाँ पे, सबको ध्यान दो, which is a sin omega t minus kx1, okay, and y2, which is equal to a sin omega t minus kx2. So my point is, what is phase difference? What is phi 1 here? What is phi 1? This whole term, phase. What is phi 1 here? Phi 1 is what? Tell me. I'm just talking about this phase. Is omega t minus kx1? Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Tell me. And what is phi 2? Phi 2 is omega t minus kx2. Yes or no? Now if I want to find phi 2 minus phi 1, tell me कितना होगा? Phi 2 minus phi 1 कितना होगा? बता सब कोई? What is phi 2 minus phi 1? Everyone tell me, what is phi 2 minus phi 1? Don't you think it will be k x2 minus x1? Because k is constant, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Right, everyone? So I can I say, okay, this is, sorry, phi 2 minus phi 1, phi 2 minus phi 1, my bad. Right, this is phi 2 minus phi 1. है ना? So I can say, okay, this phi 2 minus phi 1 is delta phi, है ना? This is equal to k, and this is delta x, delta x. Anyone have any doubt in this? Anyone have any doubt in this? हाथ चालू? Tell me. हाथ चालू? नहीं ना? और मुझे एक और चीज पता है, मुझे ये भी पता है, राइट? मुझे ये भी पता है. सो यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे एक चीज देखो, यहाँ पे अगर तुम एक चीज नोटिस करोगे, सो लैम्डा बाई टी इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा, व्हिच इज 2 पाई बाई टी, राइट? ओके, इनटू के. यस और नो? सो टी कैंसिल, यस. सो कैन आई से, यूजिंग दिस कैन आई से, ओके, यहाँ से मुझे क्या निकल गया? के इज इक्वल टू 2 पाई बाई लैम्डा निकल गया, है कि नहीं? अरे वाह, मुझे वाह, k इज इक्वल टू 2 पाई बाई लैम्डा निकल गया, राइट? ये तो दिक्कत यहाँ तक में है ना? k इज इक्वल टू 2 पाई बाई लैम्डा आ गया ना, सेम ये इक्वेशन यूज करके. सो अगर मैं यहाँ पे वही इक्वेशन यूज कर दूं, सो कैन आई से दैट ओके, डेल्टा फाई इज इक्वल टू 2 पाई बाई लैम्डा into delta x, right? Means phase difference, I can just write like this, phase difference is equal to 2 pi by lambda into path difference, right? कंसीडरिंग टाइम इज सेम टाइम पे है ना, टाइम सेम है। क्लियर ये चीज? टाइम सेम नहीं हो तो टाइम वाला फंक्शन भी आ जाएगा, तो वो भी ध्यान देना है। ठीक है, यहाँ तक किसी को दिक्कत है? यहाँ तक किसी को दिक्कत है बताओ? राइट, तो हम लोग ने यही ड्राइव किया ना, हम लोग ने यही ड्राइव किया दैट path difference is equal to lambda by 2 pi into phase difference, or phase difference is equal to 2 pi by lambda into path difference. Okay, now try solving this problem everyone, try solving this problem, tell me, try solving this problem, है ना? सॉल्व करो एक बार। राइट, वेरी गुड। सो यहाँ पे सबका हो गया, इजी था, स्टेप बाय स्टेप। राइट, 0.12 मीटर और 12 सेंटीमीटर। ओके, वेरी गुड। ठीक है, देख लो यहाँ पे सब कोई, है ना? सो v निकल गया मेरा, वेव वेलोसिटी निकल गया, फॉर्मूला दिया हुआ है, फ्रीक्वेंसी इज गिवन, राइट, एंड वेलोसिटी इज गिवन, सो आई कैन फाइंड wavelength lambda, yes or no, right? And then we have this formula that path difference is equal to lambda by 2 pi into phase difference, right everyone? Tell me, सबको समझ में आ गया ये? Priya, got it? Okay, very good. Right, very good. So this is what we have seen, general equation. Okay, now I have already explained you guys, right? I hope all of you remember this, yes or no? We have already discussed these things, yes or no? Tell me, right? हम लोगों ने already ये discuss कर लिया है, what is the general equation, right? Why this function of x and t, so it will be either ax plus minus bt or bt plus minus ax, ठीक है? right, है ना? क्लियर है सबको? सबको क्लियर है? Now the question that I was talking about is this, right? Let's see how many of you can solve it. Okay, solve this. Oves, देखो ये, अब तुम लोग समझ में आएगा ये, है ना? ये जेई का आया हुआ क्वेश्चन है. This question is very famous, right? It is asked in JEE and it is in almost every book. Which of the following represents a traveling wave? Think about it, everyone. This is conceptual problem, right? You don't have to do anything. Okay, think about it. इतना टाइम नहीं लेना चाहिए, guys. Think about it now, right? Anisha, the answer is okay, right? Think about it. I told you it should be a function of what? Tell me, function of what? Okay, now why most of you are wrong? Because think about it. We should have two conditions. First condition, right? Right? It is a function of x plus minus. Tell me, x plus minus or kx plus minus omega t or ax plus minus bt or something like that. Now, if you see this, then you should set all the values. But think about it. Now, think about it. Can y be infinity at any point? Very basic concept of maths and physics. Can y be infinity at any point? Tell me. For any SHM, can y be infinity? If this is a function, right? So this is basically y only, right? Right, everyone? Y is equal to this. Y is equal to this. Can y be infinity at any point of time for any x? Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? No? Now tell me what is the answer. I hope all of you got your answer, right? Because this is a function, right? So the answer is C. Okay, very good, Meet. The answer is C. Clear, everyone? The answer is C. Because when you talk about A, B, and D, A, B, and D, right? See this. It is the function is like this. This one, the function is like this. And this one, the function is again at x equals 0, t equals 0, it will be something like this. Okay. At t0, it will x, something like this. Right? So see, all the three function, right, are actually infinity at some point of time. Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay? But not C. Okay, because C can never be infinity. Right, everyone? At any point of time. Now, so that's why the answer is C. I hope all of you got it. है ना? थोड़ा सा फिजिक्स भी लगाना होता है. क्लियर ये चीज? सबको समझ में आई है? Okay. So ये जो हम लोगों ने अभी सीखा, right? This is what we just studied. जो मैंने बताया कि how it is t plus minus x by v and all those things, है ना? क्लियर ये चीज? ना एक चीज बताओ, यहाँ पे एक चीज बताओ. Think about it. Let's observe this graph, right? And this equation, है ना? Think about it. Everyone think about it. My doubt would be, sir, why minus x by v? Why not plus x by v? Yes or no? Right? Okay, now think about it. If I'm taking this point at x is equal to 0, at x is equal to 0, think about it. I'm taking this point at x is equal to 0, right? Okay, and at t is equal to 0. This is getting 0. Koi issue nahi hai. Sahi hai. Very good. Correct. Okay. Now, this is what? This is actually a phase. Yes or no? Think about SHM. Think about SHM. Right? Think about SHM where y is equal to a sine omega t plus phi. Plus phi. Yes or no? Think about it. Right? सोचो एक बार conceptually, right? Okay. Now, I am saying, okay, sir, this is a phase. This is a phase, right? When you're talking about two different points at x. Now, if you talk about this point, at this point, so can you imagine that this point is basically this point when it has moved this distance? Yes or no? Point 2 is actually point 1 when it has moved this distance? Yes or no? Yes or no? सब कुछ सोचो एक बार, सब कुछ सोचो. ये अगर आगे बढ़ जाएगा तो पॉइंट 2 एक्चुअली पॉइंट 1 है ना, जो पॉइंट 1 आगे बढ़ गया तो ये पॉइंट 2 बन गया. यस. पॉइंट 5 आगे बढ़ गया तो पॉइंट 4 बन गया. यस. एग्री? यस और नो? थिंक अबाउट इट. सो अगर तुमको डिफरेंस पॉइंट 2 से लेना पड़ेगा, तुमको इतना पीछे जाना पड़ेगा. Right, everyone? For making initial phase equal to 0. Yes or no? Right? Yes, agree. Tell me, agree. You have to go this distance back to make this point at origin. Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? सोचो सब कुछ सोचो. Right? That's why you have to subtract this, right? This angle x by v. Right? Got it? So I can say, think about it. I hope all of you got this. I hope all of you got this. Yes or no? Tell me, सबको समझ में आ रहा है? phase का difference है, बस phase का difference है. Okay, so I can say if I'm having a phase omega t plus minus kx, omega t plus minus kx, which means it is moving in forward direction. Okay, what about plus kx? Sorry, it is omega t minus kx. Omega t minus kx. I'll just write it down here. Okay, right? So if y is equal to a sine omega t minus kx, moving in forward direction, Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? Right? Now, अगर नहीं समझ में आ रहा, नहीं है, ये नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, तो सिंपल मैथ्स का यूज करो, Think about it. If you're not getting this, use the concept of maths, right? Now, I hope all of you remember. Okay, why I'm not able to draw a straight line. So if I'm having f of x, right? The graph, suppose the graph is f of x is equal to x squared. The graph is f of x minus a. Then tell me in which direction it will shift? It will move this direction or this direction? Tell me. This direction only, na? F of x minus a. Right, OS? I hope all of you remember. It will shift in this direction, right? Because now this will be x when x is equal to a. At x is equal to a, this will be 0, right? So this will shift in right, not left. Okay, OS? Got it? Yes or no? This is what you have studied, right? And so f of x plus a, shift right. And f of x plus a, shift left, which will shift left. So obviously, if you are talking about x minus a, it is moving in this direction, and x plus a, it will move in this direction. Clear? Right? Okay. So y is equal to a sine omega t plus kx. Okay, backward, right? Negative x-axis. So it's positive x-axis, negative x-axis. Clear? Right, everyone? Everyone got this? Got this concept? Yes? Okay. That's it for today's class. Okay, solve one problem, one example, that's it. Okay, try to solve this last example, right? After this, we will have, right? Solve this example, last example. Please solve this. Okay, try to solve this. Right, everyone? I hope all of you understood. Yes or no? I hope all of you understood this. Okay. Okay, I hope all of you can solve this, everyone, right? Okay, start with basics. Write down the equation. Y is equal to, okay, 0.05 sine. Now this is what? This is kx, right? Omega by, sorry, this is kx. Okay, minus omega t minus pi by 4. Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Write it down. Okay, right? So A is given. This is amplitude, which is 0.05. Omega is equal to how much? Omega is equal to 40 into pi by 2. 40 pi by 2. This is omega. Yes, and k is equal to 5 pi. K is equal to 5 pi. Right? Yes or no? Okay, so we know the basic formula. Omega is equal to 2 pi by t is equal to 40 pi by 2. Right? Which is 20 pi. Pi cancel. T is equal to 1 by 10. Or frequency is equal to 10 seconds. Anyone have any issue in this? Right? Got it, everyone? Sorry, 10 hertz. 10 hertz. Right? Time is 10 seconds. Frequency is 10 hertz. Clear, everyone? Easy? Yes? Okay. Now wave velocity. We know that k is equal to what? I hope all of you remember we have K, we have omega, right? So wave velocity, we know that omega by V is equal to K. Okay, so V can be written as K by omega, which is 5 pi by omega, which is 40 or 20 pi, 20 pi. Okay, so it is 1 by 4. Yes, agree everyone? 1 by 4. K is equal to what? K is equal to omega by V, na? Right? Abhiram, tell me. Okay. So yeah, sorry, my bad. I just wrote it opposite. My bad. Omega by V, right? Sorry, my bad. So this is for 20 by 5. 20 by 5 pi. My bad. Apologies. 4. 4 meter per second, right everyone? Right? Easy. And particle velocity and acceleration, differentiate it and put the values. Differentiate, put x equal to this, t is equal to 5. Okay. Yes? Agree? You can find everything? Henna? You can find everything, everyone? Okay. So I hope all of you understood this concept. I hope all of you understood this concept till this point, right? Raise your hand. So you can write this, we calculated this. Okay, we calculated frequency also, right? And by putting the values, we calculated AP and VP also. Okay, okay everyone, thank you, bye everyone, bye bye. Hey, bye bye, bye bye everyone. Okay, bye bye everyone.